Okay. Nothing weird in my coffee, so that really happened. My kid's been causing trouble again. They called you into school. No, Klaus, no. Jesus Christ, this guy. Yeah, well, that's it. It's concrete. It must have been. If you could, I don't think an ear of corn actually would cause somebody's head to bleed if you threw it at them. You know, it's not exactly. I mean, unless you caught it with like a rough part of where it had been pulled off of the stalk or something, and it was a little bit scratchy and dried up. Then yeah, maybe it scratches the skin. But still. Weird people. Swallowed his fucking car keys! Why? It's not a bet you make or even honor. If you lose, you just say, no, fuck off, come on. I'll do something else. You know. Maybe swallow like a teaspoon of mustard or something instead. Can I do that? Unless you're a master corn ninja. They do exist, you know. Especially out here in the farm belt. They train them from a young age. A mass riot at the foundry. Several dozen workers have gone on strike over layoffs and wage cuts. For a while they were expecting someone from the company to negotiate with them, but this never happened. Oops. The protesters have armed themselves with improvised weapons and have started to break down the fence. Okay, yeah, that... If it was just a protest, I wouldn't be sending anybody, but you know what? When they start doing that, that is not a good thing. This mission from God is still there. Maybe I'll send somebody towards the end of the day if we have a load of officers spare.
611 in progress.
A rape at the toilet. Apparently the city has a place that is just a toilet. Okay. Guess it's a public toilet. Inside a booth in the ladies' public toilet, a woman was overheard holding a man against his will and attempting to blackmail him into having sex. Crystal Harrington only vaguely made out part of the conversation and immediately ran to find a phone and call the police. Wise choice. It is going to be a weird thing though. It'll be role-playing. There'll be like a couple that are role-playing or something. But, again, never take the chance. Although sometimes it's pretty obvious, like the old guy who was like, somebody stole my lawn again, he came and cut it and took it away. I was like, yeah, you probably hired somebody and you just forgot. Yeah, here we go. The booth was occupied by a couple who were spicing up their relationship with role-playing games and sex in public places. It's Homer and Marge Simpson. Sand wants to give us $1,500. Jack, we have something going down tonight at the port at 1754. That's very specific. We wouldn't want any police crashing the party. Okay, well, as long as it's not another case of rape like it was at the manor out here somewhere, that mansion, I won't get involved. But he's going to be in jail soon because we're going to catch that piece of shit. Boutique robbery. Two women tried to quietly pocket some expensive jewellery at the boutique, but the guards saw everything, stopped them and demanded they turn out their pockets. One of the women then pulled a gun from her purse and began to threaten the store employees. Jeez, Dixon. You as well, I think. You two can go. Fontemot, or whatever her name is. On a hostage situation at the registry office. A security guard reports that an unarmed man wearing a frock coat burst into the registry office. He was dragging a young girl in a white dress behind him, demanded the staff immediately arrange their marriage. Yeah, no.
1210 in progress.
A suspicious individual at the Blitz Cafe. Oh, here we go. The man grips the girl's arm tightly and aims his shotgun at the registry office. The employee says, "I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride." Ooh. Kiss her, you fool. No. Throw down the weapon or I'll put a hole in your suit. Sneak up behind the groom and stun him with a nightstick. No.
710-8.
It's kind of stupid. I'm quite sure as well that a marriage held under coercion like that, with a weapon involved, threatening people and holding them under duress, is not going to stand up in court.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
Okay, the robbery at the boutique needs backup. Send Murata. Oh, there's, forgot about this one. Got a little bit distracted then. A waitress says that a suspicious-looking man in a rumpled jacket has been sitting at a table for several hours. He didn't order anything. I brought him his coffee and he just sat there staring at me. I'm afraid he's going to watch me until the shift is over, and then... The girl stammered. It's scary to imagine. Yeah, that's kind of creepy, actually. We'll send the creepiest looking cop we have to go stare back at him. We can just sit on the table opposite and look like... Hi. It doesn't feel good, does it? Not legal. Yeah, that's it. It wouldn't be. It would be considered as under duress and therefore not legal. So this is the thing Sand doesn't want us getting involved with. Smuggling at the port. Received an anonymous call from someone unloading an arms shipment at the port. The regular workers were sent home early. Okay, well... Can't say as I understood what that was about. That was a garbled call. That really was. So, Christopher G. Sandice Arena, without explanation, Karen Sparkle's manager cancelled the Freeburg stop on the incredibly popular singer's tour she was originally scheduled to perform in the town next month. Incest fans have gathered at the Ice Arena where the concert was to be held, demanding to speak with Karen immediately. I don't think she's here. If she's cancelled it, she's not coming. Senior guard Trevor Hernandez sent his men to calm down the crowd, but the guards were severely beaten and the crowd has begun to break open the doors and windows. Yeah, okay. More people being absolutely ridiculous. Maybe some therapy would help with your clown problems. What kind of therapy? If it involves fire, explosives and guns, you're in. Yeah, just set fire to a bunch of clowns and, you know... Effigies, of course, not real ones. Effigies. You know, build some straw men in clown suits and just release some pressure. It's healthy. I have a psychology degree, so, you know, that should be all the qualifications to consider that true advice. Illegal business activities at the Live Good, or Live Good, mini market parking lot. Martin Coker owns a local grocery store, said the two older women with big gym bags are hanging around the parking lot selling cigarettes to passers-by. I can barely make ends meet as it is, and these hucksters are chasing away the customers. Yeah, that would also be business without a license, so we would have to arrest them.
1210 complete.
The man in question was fired from his job today. He was trying to collect his thoughts and figure out how to get by. Oh no, poor guy. Okay.
1110 complete.
Better not be any dead bodies. Good. Usually there's always dead bodies with his stuff. Did we deal with the riots? Yes! Oh, hell yes.
In progress.
Nice, we got him. I'm sure Texas has all kinds of therapy available, whatever helps. There's a place called the Ox Ranch where you can drive and fire a tank. Sounds awesome. I think we've got things like that here in England as well somewhere, like the old army surplus places and so on. Alright, I think I'm going to send some people on this now. I'm going to send my lowest performing officers, I'll have to send Dixon as well, whoever's available. because we're near the end of the shift and we can clear that out of the way. And then, of course, I stupidly did that when we get a terrorism call in, and I don't have the people to send. Well, I guess I can send these guys now. Let's have a read of it as well. Two bearded men came to the train station, began to pray, and then went to different corners of the depot and took off their jackets. Witnesses report they were both wearing suicide vests. One of the attackers detonated his vest. The second man's vest didn't work. He fled in a panic to the back room of the station. Jeez. Go. Hey, more information on the carjacking. Okay, cool. Here we go. So there she was, driving away. I can't really remember what this was about, actually. So the homeless guy said he saw a muddy young fellow wearing a hood whirl through the alley near the fur store, got distracted, then sometimes I remember hearing some rumbling and hissing like cars running into each other. So that would be that. And the woman, Alina, said, I just parked my car near the fur shop. A boy in a hood popped through the gate, grabbed my bag from my shoulder and disappeared. I hurried to the phone to call the police. The pest must have been hiding nearby. As soon as I stepped away from the car, he dashed inside and was off like a bolt. The very first turn, he hit the fire hydrant and ran away like a cowardly dog. Okay, the car's insured, but who's going to replace my favourite Snow White handbag? What's with the horn? The camera at the intersection shows the convertible crashing into the hydrant, spraying water like a fountain. A short time later, a thin hooded figure climbs from the car and runs down the street. Okay, so that corroborates that she didn't do it. Traces of yellow paint on the hydrant, so we know it's the yellow car. I mean, obviously, you know, the car that crashed there is yellow. We're going to find that, right? That's a really frigging superfluous bit of information. Walking down the street when some guy in a hood came flying right at me. It was all wet, a real mess, like he was from a shipwreck. The guy ran into me hard, almost broke my ribs. Okay. So he either smashes the window, but on here, look, the window's not broken. And besides, that's white. The car frame, look, that's not the right one. We still don't have enough to piece all this together. I'm going to leave that alone. The homicide at Christopher Sands Ranch. Oh, that's right, there was the spitting as well. The very unwise spit. So then he shot the guy in the stomach. They stripped him off, so we've got one more missing. So yeah, they bring him, they strip him off, he then waits near the kennels for Sand to show up. They discuss things, like he asks him about the breach of loyalty. He then spits at Sand. Sand blasts him in the gut with a shotgun. Then this will be throwing him into the dog pit. So we still need more intel. The Bishop of Freeburg. Mr. Boyd, I see you do not wish to delay the arrival of the Antichrist any more than I do. After all, he cannot be arrested or put in jail. Henceforth, any of our church services are available to you at reduced rates. Also, please accept from me, the Bishop of Freeburg, a sum of money as a personal gift. Thank you. $75. Well, okay. I'll treat myself to a meal after work then. I'll get sushi tonight.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
Terrorism threat needs backup. Okay, we'll send these guys. Thankfully there was backup available. That was a good call. Waiting till the end of the day to actually deal with that bit.
1011 complete.
Found explosives? Yeah. Grandmaster Alan Bourne plays 20 simultaneous games in park. Cool. Minesweeper. Most calls are false alarms. No shit. Beach to boast new Neptune statue. Good stuff. Okay guys, I need to take a quick break. I need to go and grab some water because I didn't bring any and my throat's drying up. I'll be back in just a minute guys. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Let's crack on with this. The notorious Shift B. The one that seems to give me a lot of trouble. Gotta pay them some hush money. I will take all of that. So apparently now, oh, we've got the church now. Oh my god. Bless the police station for 25 grand. The Bishop of Freeburg will personally bless the police station and all its employees, and this does what exactly? Forgiveness of sins. No one is born without sin, but not everybody wants to live that way. 17,500. Whoa! It's pricey to get into heaven. You got an email from Credit Karma about a bunch of passwords of yours that were leaked. They're all passwords from websites I'm fairly sure are all closed down now. Yeah. As long as you're not using them elsewhere, it's always handy to know at the very least, you know, like, oh, okay, those passwords from an old defunct website were lost. You know, but if you're using it elsewhere, get them changed. A policeman funeral. The Bishop of Freeburg will personally deliver a eulogy for fallen police department employees. Oh, is that like a permanent boon? Policeman funeral by phone. The Bishop of Freeburg will deliver a phone eulogy for the fallen police department employees. That's like $200 less. That is just pathetic. A prayer for Jack's family. The Bishop of Freeburg will personally pray for the happiness and healthiness of Jack's family. Okay. God, that's 19,600. Touch the relics. The Bishop of Freeburg will allow you to touch the relics kept in the cathedral. That's only 4,300. I wonder if we get superpowers if we do that. They were all throwaway passwords? Ah, well there you go then. I use LastPass now and it's just everything's a randomized password. So all I have to remember is LastPass's password, which I don't remember it. I wrote it down in a notebook up there. So nobody can hack that shit. Sermon for employees. The Bishop of Freeburg will personally deliver a sermon for all officers and detectives at the station. I'm tempted to touch the holy relics. You are welcome. Well, thank you. What actually happened there? Nothing. Alright, we're starting the day with a bomb threat. A bearded man wearing a hooded robe and a bike. A bearded man wearing a hood rode a bike to the office building, looked around nervously and walked into the foyer. He quietly placed a black bag behind the pillar, then disappeared. He's a magician. The guard tried to chase the bearded man down, but lost him in the crowded street. Okay. Well, that is suspicious. Purdy, take Fitzsimmons and Boogie on down there and deal with that shit. Normally for non-important passwords I'll use a version of the website's name, one of like 6 number combos. Yeah, that works.
In progress.
Assault with a deadly weapon at the business centre. The reinsurance group of Freiburg reports that several armed men have stormed into their offices and started attacking their employees. One of them pulled out a gun and and told the young employee he'd kill her unless she returned all his money immediately. Another employee called the police and said the attackers are drunk and can barely stay on their feet. Yes, they are, damn it, but that's not the point. They're crazy enough to kill someone. Well, okay. We will deal with it. Yancey! Take the rookies. Cut their teeth on this one.
Got a situation here.
The building lobby is empty and there's a black bag near one of the columns. It's going to be full of dog shit, isn't it, or something? Kick the package. Sure. Carefully take the package and bring it out of the building to a vacant lot. No! Evacuate! Inside the package, some mechanism spins up. The package starts humming and vibrating. It's a bag of dildos. Open the package and try to crush whatever's inside. No. Make sure everyone is at a safe distance. We have a report on the radio. The suspect was spotted in the crowd outside the building. He was smiling, watching the scene, and he holds something like a remote control. It is. It's going to be dildos, isn't it? Throw tear gas into the crowd. No. Get up behind the suspect and arrest him. And I want to know what it was, though. What was this? Was there actually a bomb? Oh, yeah, explosives. Okay. Sell it. Alright, well, fair enough. It told me then. They really were explosives. Damn. I wanted it to be something weird. See, if I were making this game, that would have been something weird as fuck. It had been like some kind of crazy invention of his that started humming and moving and cogs whirring, and it's like, now I shall unleash the time vortex and suck this building into oblivion. You know, okay, it wasn't a bomb, but he's still a crazy idiot. Lock him up. Kindergarten. A cleaning lady called to complain about a suspicious man wandering near the fence. This weirdo spent the last half hour rubbing against the fence and staring at the children. Yeah, we better come arrest him. And Brock as well. Ugh.
412.
Assault with a deadly weapon was dealt with. Sweet. Give me more music. This one. Fire in the brain. Got a missing person case. Well, I guess, Shift B don't have an active case right now, do they? So Judith Morrow reported to the police that her husband Eric has disappeared. She's returned home early from a business trip, hoping to surprise him. The house has been turned upside down and Eric was nowhere to be found. No one at work has seen him for the past 5 days. Whoa. Okay, Armstrong, you're on this one. Take everybody with you for now. The man was very drunk and merely holding onto the fence to keep from falling. Oh. Okay, fine. Better safe than sorry, though. When somebody says, yeah, there's a guy up by the school fence rubbing himself against the fence while looking at the kids, it's like, yeah. You really need to make sure that's nothing bad. You can't just ignore that. So, Judith Morrow's wife says, we were late with the mortgage payment a couple of weeks ago, but Eric got a big bonus and everything was settled, and my husband was very nervous about the money, worried that someone from work would try to rob us. What? Where the hell does he work? Oh, they work with a lot of ex-convicts? Ashton Morrow, the brother, says, Eric had serious money problems. 3 weeks ago he asked to borrow some money, but I'm barely making ends meet myself. Eric began to cry and said he'd have to deal with some bad people. So he took a loan from like a loan shark or something and told the wife it was a bonus, I bet. A couple of weeks ago, Eric had an argument with his superiors. He was clearly not himself, trying to borrow money and cursing up a storm. Miss Olivieras, the secretary at the company. So who was that guy again? Mr. Wheeler? He was a colleague. I recently overheard one of Eric's telephone conversations, but I could only make out a few pieces. The next meeting with the twins will be my last. That'll be a nice night. I thought he was talking about prostitutes again. Okay. And then in the trash can, a receipt from Eddie's Burgers and a brochure entitled Multiply Your Capital in 5 Easy Steps, a number of documents, an empty envelope stamped eviction notice, and an advertisement from the sex industry. Okay, well, crack on with the investigation. Unlawful assembly at the bakery. A group of drunken workers gathered at the factory entrance to protest cuts in their shift hours and other privileges. Management at the bread baking plant ignored their concerns and are calling the police to disperse the disgruntled employees. Okay. We'll send Trebor, Fitzsimmons, Brock. If they're drunk, they could get rowdy. An illegal arms sale in the ghetto. Mrs. Wright reports that the basement of the abandoned house has become a black market for unregistered weapons. There's no machine guns, but plenty of handguns, and they sell them to young boys. Yes, I mean children. Yeah, we're going to need to send SWAT there. Yancey the hero cop, Chavez, and Hutchison, you can go as well. Leech off the talent pool. Increase your professionalism. Become better. We deal with that? Good. Okay. Get back here. You probably are going to be needed for backup in the ghetto in a minute. A shooting at the city centre. No, never mind then. You're needed here. Oh no, we sent SWAT. 3 men were eating dinner in a small restaurant when 2 attackers opened fire from the street. 1 was killed on the spot. The other 2 hid behind an overturned table and began to return fire. Several more cars pulled up. Armed men step out to join out the shootout. 1 witness shouted over the phone, "There's a lot of civilians around and a lot of people injured. Hurry." Okay, well, we will hurry in a moment when some people get back from their jobs. And of course they want backup. Look, you got Yancey the hero, and I got a shooting in the city centre. You gotta wrap that shit up now. Nice. Sell it. Now get back here, quick. Come on, you got 16 seconds to get back to the station. I need that SWAT team. And the robbery at the mall. Come on, come on. Oh god, please, come on. 3, 2, 1. Oh yes! Straight back out you go. Just, you know, do a handbrake turn in the parking lot and straight back out. Send everybody. The supermarket cashier saw a young black man in a hood grab an old lady's shopping bag and run away. Ferdy, you go deal with that. Take Fitzsimmons. An attempted murder in the suburbs. A biker crashed into a truck at an intersection. Some of the biker's friends arrived soon afterwards and pulled the driver out of the truck. They're getting ready for a lynch. Oh. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Okay, this missing person report now has some stuff for it. This is going to be difficult to put together really, because we've got no information about his last movements and where things are. Like, I don't know where that is. Is that him coming out of his work? What's with the motel? So this could be him looking at his pictures, leaving, and then meeting at a motel. We need more information though. Most of the people involved in the firefight have been killed or seriously injured. 2 men on the streets continue to shoot at the restaurant. Yeah, storm the restaurant. Yeah, storm the place where the bullets are going instead of coming from. Order them to surrender, because we are the police. Nice. We did it good. Turns out the old woman knew the young man from the neighborhood. He's a medical student who lives nearby and was helping the woman load her groceries into her car. So what did they do? Just run up, snatch the groceries, hurl them in the car, and then run? So that was the original call. That was, yeah, he grabbed the bag and ran away. Okay.